On a casual email conversation with one of my friends, I used the term free will just like that to say my conscious decision. After that, it struck me, is it an autonomous decision or a predestined one? This must have been many conversation logically and scientifically to establish objectives and factors on this area. However, I wanted to do a conversation with my friend, none other than enlighten me. I look at my own life. When I was in my mid 20s, I had a dream, like everyone else. I had a dream of making big. I wanted to make a lot of money. And then my aim was to make 20 to 30 lakhs, which is approximately $60,000. And that's all. Once I make it, I would turn to be much of free time, many fun, things like travel, and a bit of a sports of my choice. Then I quit working in Delhi for an appliance manufacturer and I started pursuing my higher studies. It was a one hectic way of life. School in the morning and the work in the night to manage the expenses. However, I managed it almost 2 full years. During those days, when I rode through a big bungalows in the Aurangzeb and Akbar roads in Delhi, I wished to dream a peaceful life, not to worrying about anything. Having a cup of coffee served in a posh lawn by a servant. I'd be dreaming of me able to drink it without worrying to run to work or plan for my studies. My dream was to make it to America and live with no strings. After 16 years, when I look back, yes, I have completed all these milestones. However, am I free from all strings? I have more responsibilities than when I was studying then. Looking at the events that had happened in between, I started asking about myself. Is there such thing a predestination after all? Refer to books or a Google search university, you will see a bundle of citations that your karma has predestined you for a certain path. But your free will can decide to choose a different path. Ha ha, I got it. I should have been exercised my free will to be like what I wanted to be. Wait a minute. However, then, I did that to an extent. Either it means that my free will is not strong enough, or a notion of an absolute autonomy is an illusion. I started asking a very simple question to my friend, again, enlightened me. Is that everything predestined? He looked at me quizzically and raised his eyebrows. I continued. Are all things I will feel, say, or do in the future or decided on the present? He started shaking his head up and down. Doesn't it mean everything is fixed? I asked in disbelief. He started shaking his head side to side, meaning, nah. Even the idea of having a free will is dictated by the culture in which was predestined to be born. I went on, then my future is fixed and there is nothing I can do about it. My friend took a glass of water on the table on a fraction of a second. He dumped it on my head. I was shocked. And with anger, I took search for something so that I can take it and pour it on him. My friend smiled at me and said, too bad. You were predestined to be drenched like this. Well, that's your fate. I was fuming and got hold of a fork and took it to his face and yelled, yeah, I'm damn sure your free will was a part of your fated act. My friend looked at me and smiled and said, I would say you are predestined to revise your faith on your fate. And I went speechless.